Tonight on Hunter.
I saw the murders before they happened. I have premonitions. I think the killer's going to strike again tonight.
You think this guy's really got a pipeline to the future?
I can't explain it, but I think he knows what's going to happen.
Hold it! You weren't going to get the money for your next dime bag, so you killed her. That's not the way it went at all. Did she scream? Ah! I didn't see her. Ah! I didn't see her. Ah!
Hello? Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, sure, I'll take the flight to St. Louis, no problem. What's my turnaround? Sounds great. Oh, yeah, the new house is great. You know, I haven't even had a chance to unpack yet. No, I'm gonna have a party in a couple of weeks. A housewarming, I'll send you an invite. Okay, bye-bye.
Took a nasty blow to the backside of the head. Figure she died around 9 or 10 o'clock last night.
How soon can I get an autopsy report on her, Barney?
I'm pretty well backed up. Probably a day or two.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Miss Spencer moved in here only last week. I met her for the first time yesterday. She invited me for breakfast.
What time did you come here in the morning?
9 a.m. sharp. I rang the bell, but she didn't answer. I got worried and came around back. And that's when I found her.
Yeah. Well, did you hear anything unusual last night or this morning?
No, nothing at all. It's a terrible shame. She seemed like such a nice neighbor.
Mrs. Shaw, thank you very much. We'll be in touch.
Anytime, Sergeant.
What'd you get?
Not much. Victim just moved in. She was an airline pilot.
Boy. Well, we don't have much to go on. Our work's cut out for us.
Robert Henry, Robert, 559, stand by 7740, identified. Call down 392.
Sir, excuse me. You're gonna have to stand behind the yellow line. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry. Violence always upsets me.
Sandy was a real inspiration. She was the youngest woman in our company's history to make it to the captain's chair. She was a role model for me.
She sounds like she was a very special person.
She was. And I understand why someone would kill her.
Was she having difficulties with anybody that she knew in her life?
I was one of her best friends. She never said anything to me.
What about a boyfriend?
She wasn't dating anyone special.
What about problems with coworkers? Anybody there?
No. She seemed to make friends with everyone. I just can't believe that anyone who knew Sandy would ever kill her. It had to be a stranger.
If you think of anything at all, please call me at that number, will you? Thanks.
It's not fair, Sergeant. Sandy worked for years to make captain and buy a place of her own. Someone took it all away from her in just a few seconds. She deserved better than that.
You see? Just what I thought. Barney ruled out rape.
No, it wasn't robbery. Maybe it was random.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Whoever killed her knew when she'd be home. I think he was there waiting for her.
Sergeant Hunter?
Yes.
Sergeant McCall? My name is John Skouros.
Oh, yeah, you were the gentleman at Miss Spencer's house, weren't you?
The lady who was killed in the pool. She wasn't the first.
What do you mean she wasn't the first?
Another woman was killed 2 weeks ago. Another one a month before that.
Well, do you know who these women are? You know their names?
Yes, I have the newspaper stories right here. Jane Murphy and Susan Lewis. You can check it out for yourselves. And, I saw it.
You witnessed the actual killings?
Not exactly. I have premonitions. I saw the murders before they happened.
So you're saying that one person killed all these women?
I think that's the case, yes.
Do you know what this person looks like?
Well, all I get are disjointed images. The victim's face, sometimes an address, numbers, sometimes a name, maybe a sense of where it'll happen or some detail of the killing. With Miss Spencer, it was water.
I see. Well, okay. Thank you. We'll look into it.
I think the killer is going to strike again tonight.
What makes you think this guy isn't absolutely bonkers? I mean, I had an uncle once thought he was Abraham Lincoln.
Well, look, I know it is a long shot, but this guy could be onto something. I mean, he seems sincere enough.
What was it that he said about another murder?
Oh, he says that the victim will be female, a strawberry blonde. She's running. There's broken glass on the ground. There's a silver car, and there's a computer screen, something about a readout of numbers.
Oh, come on. How are you going to check out something like that?
Well, look, you can't, obviously, until another murder goes down. But look, police departments use psychics all the time.
Yeah, maybe in the suburbs of Nepal. And then if they have a track record, this guy walked in off the streets. We don't know him from Adam. Look, unless Mr. Skouros comes up with some specific facts, I think the smart thing to do is cut him loose.
Okay. Mr. Skouros, we're going to run the names of the two girls you told us about, and we'll keep an eye on things for you.
He doesn't believe me, does he?
Well, it's not that.
It's okay. I'm used to it. I just hope I'm wrong about tonight.
Jane Murphy was killed 6 weeks ago. She was on a building site at night. Someone cut her throat.
What about Susan Lewis?
2 weeks ago, Miss Lewis was doing electrical work after hours at an industrial plant. She was attacked and strangled. No indication of sexual assault, though.
Let me see the Spencer file.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Barney, let's see what we got here. Now, we know Jane Murphy's a structural engineer, Susan Lewis was a skilled electrician, and Sandra Spencer here was an airline pilot.
Nothing in common there, is there?
Well, except for one thing. All the victims were the same age, or thereabouts. And they were all quite successful doing jobs you'd only associate men doing.
Somebody broke into it?
Yeah, looks that way.
Better call the police.
Yeah, I'll do it when I get home.
You better not touch anything. You might destroy the fingerprints of the person who ripped you off.
I guess you're right.
There's a payphone on the other side of the tennis courts. Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah, sure.
What'd they take?
Oh, the radio and my purse. The worst part was that model.
Oh, yeah, I noticed it. What's that about?
That's my project. I'm an architect. That was 4 weeks' work.
Lily Dennison, 32 years old, beaten around the face and chest. Figure she died about 8:30 last night. I'll tell you more after the autopsy.
She's an architect. Had her own firm.
Yeah, she did. Thanks, Barney.
Thanks a lot, Barney.
Right. See you later.
All right, Hunter, so she was a strawberry blonde. The back window of the car was smashed. There's your broken glass. And the car was a silver color, just like Mr. Scurll said.
Yeah, that's because he envisioned it.
No, it's because he did it. Pick him up.
Look, Mr. Squirrels, you are now a prime suspect in 4 homicides.
He's killed again. It's horrible.
I'd call it one hell of a coincidence.
Now look, Mr. Squirrels, where were you last night between 5:30 and 7:30?
I didn't kill her.
Yeah, okay, you didn't kill her, but where were you last night?
Last night, I was at my doctor's for my regular treatment. I have recurrent migraines. Dr. Bauer is trying to cure them. Maybe he can cure this thing inside of my head while he's at it.
Mr. Skoros, have you ever been treated for any psychiatric problems?
You think I'm some kind of psychotic killer, don't you?
Look, Mr. Squirrels, we've been sent over here to arrest you for murder.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten involved.
But you are involved. And we're going to go by your doctor's office and talk to him and see how much you're involved in this. Look, if you have anything you want to tell us about these murders, you better speak up, and you better speak up right now.
There is nothing else. Nothing at all.
Okay, if Scurl's doctor confirms the alibi, I guess I got no problem letting him off the hot seat.
As you can see, the doctor did in fact confirm the migraine headaches as well as the alibi for the nights of the killings.
But I still don't see any connection between this and the other killings. It's just coincidence. Now, how long did the doctor say he's been having these episodes, anyway?
Well, ever since he fell off the ladder as a kid.
Oh, he fell off a ladder.
Yeah, since then he's been having recurring migraines and these psychic episodes.
Hey, that thumbprint under the dash paid off. It belonged to a Sam Boyce, a small-timer, doper, specialized in B&E, auto theft, and possession.
Well, looks like he graduated to murder. Pick him up. You can't shoot me!
Drop the tree, you're under arrest.
No way! If you want me, you gotta take me!
I'm telling you, drop the tree.
I'm not going into the slam cold turkey.
Look, you got a deadly weapon in your hand. Don't do anything stupid with that or I shoot you. There you go. Keep an eye on him. Turn around. Be very easy. Oh, come on. Spot him out. Put your right hand behind your head. Come on!
You all right?
Oh, yeah. We're just fine, aren't we?
So, what's the story?
Well, the cops are breaking into the car, taking the radio and the purse, but he denies killing Dennison.
You're buying that?
Well, that's what the guy's selling. We've been pushing him pretty hard.
Well, maybe you just weren't pushing hard enough.
I love it when he does that thing with his eyebrows.
This will be good.
You expect me to swallow that slop? I mean, who the hell are you? Sit down! Sit down! All right. So, she caught you breaking into her car, and you panicked, right? I mean, what are you talking about? You were all strung out, just like you are now. Your hands shaking like a leaf. Did she scream? Is that it? Ah! I didn't see the woman! Ah! I didn't see her! It really gets to you junkies when they scream, doesn't it? Maybe she was pulling on your clothes. Yeah, that's it. There she was, standing between you and your next fix, screaming in your face, pulling on your coat. You weren't going to get that stereo. You weren't going to get the money for your next dime bag, so you killed her. That's not the way it went at all. You tell me how it went then. You just tell me why. Why did you kill her over a stereo? I know you did it. Just tell me why. You're not going anywhere till you tell me, you slimy, punctured little inner tube. You tell me, how did you kill her? How? You think this is going to go away? How long's it been since your last fix? Huh, boys? I got an army of cops standing out there waiting to come in, one at a time, and work you over. We're going to keep you in this room until you shake yourself to pieces. You think about that?
It happened just like you said. She started screaming and pulling on my clothes, and I put my hands around her neck and
I strangled her. And I just...
You're right, he didn't do it. Call the Swami.
Still waiting for yours, Stanley.
Well, I'm almost done.
Something of a chronic condition with you, isn't it?
Excuse me?
Almost done. But I'm sure you're pedaling as fast as you can.
Yes.
Good.
Sergeant Hunter? Then Sergeant McCall, tell her it's urgent. No, I need to tell them to call John Skouros as soon as... Skouros. S-K-O-U-R-O-S. Yes, they have it. Tell them it's very important, will you please? Thank you.
Billy, could you pull all these and...
Arlene Fleischer?
Yes?
You don't know me, but you're in danger. Someone wants to kill you.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Security? Arlene Fleischer's office, 12th floor.
Please, don't be afraid. I know how this looks, but someone wants to hurt you.
Please leave.
I will, but listen to me. There is a man, I can't see his face, but I'm starting to feel him. I'm starting to think his thoughts, and he has already killed women like you because he hates you. You are everything that he is not. He feels like you have stolen his identity. You gotta listen to me. Please, he's got your name on a list. He knows everything about you. Please listen to me. He's gonna kill you!
Can I get you something, John?
Spoke with Arlene Fleischer. She's not going to press any charges.
John, you're a lucky man. You get to go home.
Guess I made a fool of myself, didn't I?
Well, look, I wouldn't say that. You did what you thought was right.
That woman's life is in danger. You watch out for her.
Boy, I feel sorry for that guy. He's got quite a burden to carry.
So he's making a believer out of you, huh?
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, you are starting to come around a little bit, aren't you?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, I just saw Yaphet the Prophet leave, so how are we doing on this thing?
He still thinks that Miss Fleischer is next.
Well, I'm not convinced that that's true.
Look, I think this kid can help us. I can't explain it, but I think he knows what's going to happen. I also think we ought to give Arlene Fleischer some police protection.
What about you, McCall? I mean, you think this guy's really got a pipeline to the future?
Well, yeah, I'm beginning to.
All right. You two do whatever you think is right, but get some results.
Right on. Let's get some results.
Sergeant McCall is here.
Bring her in. This department has its marching orders. Let's start brainstorming marketing strategies and meet at the same time tomorrow.
Miss Fleischer, thank you for agreeing to see me on such short notice.
Thank you for coming over. I thought we'd better meet face to face. What's this about?
I'm afraid that your life may be in danger. I think it's very important that you have some police protection.
I thought that man who barged in here was supposed to be harmless.
Oh, no, it's not him we're worried about.
You mean you actually believe that crazy story of his?
Just to be on the safe side, I think it's a real good idea that we have a couple of officers assigned to you for a few days.
I don't need police protection. I know how to take care of myself.
Miss Fleischer, we think that this man has already murdered 4 other women. I can bet you that they all thought they could take care of themselves, too.
Okay, Sergeant, maybe you're right. As long as they don't interfere with my doing business.
They'll be as unobtrusive as possible.
Sergeant McCall.
Oh, yeah. Christine Frank, this is Miss Arlene Fleischer. These are the 2 officers that'll be with you today.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
I assure you, you're in very good hands.
Thank you.
And she has a meeting about 3 blocks up, and she has a luncheon meeting over at the Beverly Hilton. It shouldn't take more than about an hour and a half.
Sorry I wasn't much help at the other murder sites. Sometimes it works,
John,
sometimes
don't worry about it. You're not being judged here. Your willingness to do this alone is good enough for me. Okay. Now, they found Sandra Spencer's body in that corner, floating face up.
You don't have to tell me, Sergeant. I think I know. I'm starting to get something. He waited for her and he watched her swim. He liked the way that her body moved through the water. He's patient. He's very patient, very methodical. Here, he stood and he waited and he watched her here. Numbers, more numbers.
You think those numbers might be an address of some sort?
Could be. That tree. Tree, yeah.
Hey, John, you all right?
No, I don't think so. It's not that good for me to be here. Can we leave?
Here, try that. Better?
Thank you. Much better now, thanks. I'm sorry I had to cut it short at the house. The impression I got there was very strong.
How's it going?
Oh, I don't know. Now, look, John, you said something at Saunders' house about a tree.
Yeah, I didn't mention it before because it didn't make any sense to me at all. I saw it first yesterday when I met you in front of Sandra's house. Today the image stayed longer.
Oh, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a country scene. The tree on a hill against a beautiful sky. Kind of pretty.
Do you think that's where the killer lives?
I'm not sure. I wish I could be more help.
Look, John, you're doing fine. All we need is a place to start, no matter how vague or small. Now, can you tell us anything else about the killer?
Well, I have a sense of him. He's not a very attractive man. He's kind of thin, not very strong at all. He's shy. He's very shy. He carries around a lot of pain and anger. Guess he's a lot like me.
There you are. I didn't relish the idea of having to track you down.
What's the matter?
I just went over these I-52s. You deleted all the slug lines, Stanley. What are you thinking? Even a trainee doesn't make that kind of mistake.
Maybe it was a computer glitch.
Don't blame the computer. The only glitch is you.
Miss Farrell, if you aren't satisfied...
Spare me the song and dance, Stanley. Here's the drill. I'm going home now because I don't feel like babysitting you. I expect you to go over every single one of these I-52s and redo it. And I don't care if it takes you all night. I will check your work in the morning. Are we clear on this, Stanley?
Very.
Mr. Skoros.
Sergeant McCall, I need to talk to you.
Something wrong?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Why don't you come to my desk? So what's going on?
Sergeant McCall, the place you live, it's a house?
Yeah, it's a house.
Wood paneling, big fireplace, antique clock on the wall?
Yeah, that's right.
I had a dream last night. I dreamed he came after you.
I take this very seriously.
Oh, come off it, Hunter. Come on, tell me. Would you accept protection on the say-so of this space cadet?
Yeah, I would, but let's not forget, I don't fit the M.O. the way McCall does. After all, she is a woman doing a man's job. And like it or not, that's this guy's M.O.
Okay, McCall, help us out. Should I put a car in front of your house or not?
No. No, this is not necessary. I mean, look, okay, I happen to be in Skoros' dream. That doesn't make me the guy's next victim. I mean, I'd like to believe this guy. He's a nice fella and all, but this is all just... No, thanks, but no thanks. Okay, so now we have to prove that all four of these women were murdered by the same guy, at least according to Skoros.
Look, there's only so many possibilities. Let's make a big list, go through it. If nothing pans out, let's just forget about the Skoros lead, okay?
Sounds good to me.
Hunter and McCall. Guy called from a finance company about a car belonging to one of your DBs.
Oh, yeah. Lily Dennison.
They're pretty eager to get it back. They said it was brand new.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. McCall. Lily Dennison, a new car. Sandra Spencer, a new house. What about the others?
Wait a minute. The electrician purchased a new van.
Arlene Fleischer just bought a new boat. Where'd they get the money?
Do you know where Stanley is?
He left just after lunch.
Is that so?
Said he was beat. Been up all night, I think.
Yes, I know. Well, he's going to get a nice long vacation from this job, I can guarantee it.
And thank you very much for your help. Yes, bye-bye. Well, Arlene's gone home, but Sandra Spencer's loan officer says that for a home loan, they always use express rating. It's established.
Listen to this. Lewis, Murphy, and Dennison were all credit rated for their loans by the same outfit, a place called ICRB. I'll call you.
Great. I'll be here in case express rating phones. Captain, tell Hunter if he calls. I have not heard from Express Rating, so I'm out of here.
Okay, McCall, listen, you sure that I can't station a black and white outside your house?
Charlie.
Okay. Okay.
We very often have work farmed to us by the bigger companies. Express Rating is one of them. Let's see. Murphy, yes.
Uh-huh.
Lewis, yes. Dennison, Spencer, yes. And Arlene Fleischer. We've done all 5 of these names.
And now, who would have privy to these names?
Just a moment. Well...
What's that?
Stanley Blake. It's Stanley Blake. He handled the printouts on all 5 names. And I fired him 3 hours ago.
Is that right? Now, look, Miss Farrell, I would like to be able to see Stanley's computer.
I'll take you there.
Yeah, thanks very much.
He just wasn't pulling his weight.
I see.
This was Stanley's station.
Okay, now, is there any way of telling what he worked on last?
Sure. There's, a resume button. There you are, Sergeant Hunter.
Miss Farrell, can I use your phone?
Yeah, Hunter, what is it?
Charlie, where's McCall?
She went home.
I know who our guy is, and he's got her address. Get some backup over there. I'm on my way.
You got it.
Yeah.
He's dead. Get an RA unit. You okay?
Thank you.
No, thank you. Saved my life.
Come and get them while they're hot.
Hey, looks good.
Look at you. You're doing so much better. There's only half of them that are burned to a crisp now.
Look, why don't you do the guy a favor and fix him a good meal? He did save your life, you know.
I wanted to.
Hey, she did, but this is just what I wanted, an old-fashioned barbecue.
You know, I don't understand one thing. Now, if you have this vision of other people's thoughts, why don't you just go over to Las Vegas and make yourself a couple of $1 million?
Well, I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't.
Well, it's too bad we can't make your gift work for you. You know what I mean?
Gift? Let me tell you something. If this gift were gone tomorrow, I'd be the happiest man in the world.
Well, I personally am very glad that you have it. Basically, it saved my life.
Well, for once, I'm glad. But I get sick of other people's thoughts popping into my head, you know?
Hey, you spend a lot of time around us. Do you ever pick up on our thoughts? Do you ever pick up on what's in our heads?
Yeah, on occasion, certain images.
Yeah, what sort of images?
Yeah, what's been in his head?
Well, a couple of times, there's a woman, a redhead, long hair. She's wearing a little black.
Yeah, look, let's just forget about her.
It's Vicky.
Yeah, right. It's Vicky and Vice.
And she does
okay?
wear those
yeah,
little...
she sure does. Now, yeah, forget about her. What about McCall? What's she thinking about right now?
Tom Cruise. Sergeant McCall.
tonight on Hunter.
I saw the murders before they happened. I have premonitions. I think the killer's going to strike again tonight.
You think this guy's really got a pipeline to the future?
I can't explain it, but I think he knows what's going to happen.
Hold it! You weren't going to get the money for your next dime bag, so you killed her. That's not the way it went at all. Did she scream? Ah! I didn't see them. Ah! I didn't see them. Ah!
Hello? Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, sure, I'll take the flight to St. Louis, no problem. What's my turnaround? Sounds great. Oh, yeah, the new house is great. You know, I haven't even had a chance to unpack yet. No, I'm gonna have a party in a couple of weeks. A housewarming, I'll send you an invite. Okay, bye-bye.
Took a nasty blow to the backside of the head. Figure she died around 9 or 10 o'clock last night.
How soon can I get an autopsy report on her, Barney?
I'm pretty well backed up. Probably a day or two.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Miss Spencer moved in here only last week. I met her for the first time yesterday. She invited me for breakfast.
What time did you come here in the morning?
9 a.m. sharp. I rang the bell, but she didn't answer. I got worried and came around back. And that's when I found her.
Yeah. Well, did you hear anything unusual last night or this morning?
No, nothing at all. It's a terrible shame. She seemed like such a nice neighbor.
Mrs. Shaw, thank you very much. We'll be in touch.
Anytime, Sergeant.
What'd you get?
Not much. Victim just moved in. She was an airline pilot.